I think he's just in a good place with his game. And, you know, you saw him enjoying a lot of things in that last match. Of course, he was winning most of it, but even at the beginning of the match, just in a good place overall. And it's a little obvious on the table, but pretty obvious overall.
The way he's playing, it's inadvisable to lose the lag against him. Look at this. First break off, open table. Hey, presto.
Yeah, if it's anything like the pace in the round of 16 against Shaw, should clear this table fairly quickly without a mistake. Doesn't really look like a whole lot of problems. Just bring this out to the center of the table. And that's another thing, really. I mean, he's gotten out of line at times with the cue ball, had to come with some shots. Of course, he's known for that. But most of the time, he's had the cue ball on a string. And he just hits the pocket so pure. You know, they talk about ball strikers in golf, and that's what Joshua Filler is in pool.
Rapido, speed pool, a la Joshua Filler.
Just they feel like their chances of making it, you know, 75%, something like that. Now, he hit that ball a little thick. That's why the cue ball didn't get past the two for shaping the side. If he gets it a little more clean to the pocket, I think he gets past the two. You see him raise the hand there. Not that it was hit poorly, but he's a pretty hard critic of himself.
Well, he completely and utterly misjudged that. He tried to play cushion first, two off the cushion into the three.
Yeah, caught it a bit thick. Maybe anticipating a little more slide off the cushion from the two ball. And Mario, who is a shot maker, believe it. Great fundamentals. And this isn't going to get up for the cut, and he needs to slow down for the bank. And it's got kind of right in between with the four being so close to the rail. If it's off, you know, a centimeter, the bank shot is definitely on, but now I don't know. Maybe a nice little safety behind the nine. Yeah, using the 6-9 handily. Little swerve kick shot here. He's going to try and get the four to the back rail. May make it in the side. May get underneath it a little bit. And it's a little unlucky in what you can't predict. If that ball gets past the side, the speed looked good for the four to get to the top rail. Still didn't leave anything easy, though.
You heard the beeps there come in. That's because, just a reminder, there's a 30-second shot clock now in operation from the last 16 onwards, and only one 30-second extension allowed per player per rack. We very rarely see a time foul, very rarely, but of course those beeps can get in the head and be very distracting. But not a lot is distracting Mario He at the moment. He did have one very beneficial roll of the ball. Look at this. Phil is capable of a barrage of racks.
Cue ball up underneath the 5, and he doesn't want this 3 to get near the pocket. He knows that makes it a much more makeable ball, whether it's a swerve shot, a kick shot. I doubt the jump cue's coming out. Not as much of an underdog to make this as some people think. Players get a great feel for this type of shot. He'll have a lot of speed on it.
I think I might be tempted to go downstairs and ask Mario He for the lottery numbers at the moment.
Well, we all get fortune. Filler gets it too at times. The key is take advantage of it. Uh-oh, he's going to give up a shot. Cause a lot of curve on the cue ball and a big problem, so just straight high ball. Take what you get after pocketing into 1. Yeah, and that's what you don't want against Filler.
When it went 3-1, 4-1, now 5-1. We were looking, weren't we, for a possible turning point. Have we just witnessed one?
You said the world, cue ball. Oh, a lovely kiss there. I know he's going to give up a shot, but it looked like it would have been ball in hand, and this actually kind of looks like ball in hand for Mario He, and a much different breaking than we saw earlier from Filler, and I think that's more of the table, I think. But you said his biggest disappointment. I think it was his only disappointment really on the singles end of 2022. Easy type of shot to overcut. Oh, he hit it nice. Caught a little bit the 8, caught a little bit the 4. Still not out of the woods. A little bit jacked up over the 4. Not terribly. But he's got the wrong angle. I think with a high ball, which he'd like to shoot with here, he may catch the 9.
Extension, please.
So Mario He with taking advantage of a few rolls, on a few kick shots, but overall he's earned it. He's earned this lead. Now he's going to let the stroke out. Try and draw the ball to the rail and back over. And the way he's free swinging right now really reminds me of that 2019 World Cup, Bill.
There is absolutely no question.
Extension.
Complacency will creep in. It won't. No chance.
Push out call.
Well, an interesting push out.
Reset to 30 seconds, please.
Filler remaining in his chair, not even bothering. You've put yourself in trouble, Mario. Get yourself out. That's his sentiments. And on this occasion, the Filler ploy to give the push out back has worked.
Push out call.
Odd, maybe suspect even, push out choices at times for Josh. Now he's the one pushing out, and he pushes out to the kick And I don't think Mario's going to pass it. I think with the 9-4 lead, he's supposed to take this on. I know a lot would say, well, I have a 9-4 lead. I shouldn't take it on, but there's a little different mentality at the top level. As long as he doesn't feel the 8s in the way, and it doesn't appear so, I'd have to take my chances to maybe try and end the match right here. Kick this ball in, run out, try and break and run out to get to the semifinals. You got to stay aggressive here. I mean, you got to be a favorite to kick this ball in, I believe, unless he thinks the 8's a problem. Now, if he feels like that Josh has got a cue a little closer to the pocket and English this ball in some kind of way, well, yeah, that's what I saw. I'm really surprised that Mario passed that shot.
And even the nuance of the cue ball just flicking off the green 6 to hold on the 2, that helped as well.
Yeah, and the 2 wasn't ever that far away from the 1. So, you know, if someone snookers you, just imagine that. If you're Mario and someone snookers you, you're just kind of salivating at a kick shot like that. So, and especially the score, I think he gets to end the match maybe. You know, Joshua's looking to kick that ball in and then run some racks behind it. Make this a real contest.
Well, anyone can make mistakes, but when Joshua Fuller misses an open ball like that, that is a rarity. That's the definition of a rarity. Okay, you have to come across a couple of times for the green 6, but even so, who could have forecast that, Jeremy?
Joshua Fuller to break, trailing by 10.
Needs a few break and runs to really apply the heat, and he's changing sides, Phil. I think this is a smart move. Yeah, balls seem to be going in from over there.
Yeah, it's better to be successful than stubborn.
Absolutely. Or at least give yourself a chance. I mean, he's seen balls go in for Mario. Mario probably has 4 break and runs in this match, maybe 5. And he's got to play a little, maybe where the cue ball's at now would be a nice place to get. We'll see if he goes past the 6. Oh, he's going to go past the 6 maybe, and I don't know if he's going to get there. Kind of let up on the stroke a little bit, and you could see overcut the 1. Wanted to go much deeper. Maybe a spin shot, but can he get around the 8?
I think he can certainly coax the 2 in, can't he?
And the 6 doesn't pass the 9, so he may have to elevate the cue here or run the cue ball forward and take a big cut on the 6. It looks like he's elevated the cue. We always talk about the side pockets. No forgiveness there.
It was Joshua Fuller's dream to win this inaugural European Open, considering its location. Now it's turning into something of a nightmare. Something he's not accustomed to, missing balls, being heavily beaten.
Yeah, and Josh has two misses that none of us will forget, but hats off to Josh for one heck of a tournament, and hats off to Mario He for one hell of a match.
Fuller's dream is about to end. It wasn't a great performance by the German, but congratulations to Mario He, through to the semi-final of a Matchroom promoted tournament, the majors in the game, for the first time ever. He will be delighted by that scoreline. He's beaten Joshua Filler 11-5. And in the semi-finals tomorrow, he will play Konrad Yuzushin or his World Cup partner, Albin Auschen. Turned that one around with 8 racks in a row, and there was a sense of destiny after that. Close battles with Ko Pin-yi, Chang Young-lin. Alex Kazakis pushed him fairly hard in the semi-finals. But in that world final, he just showed an unshakable determination that this was his time. He just got better and better as it went on. Beat the defending champion, Albin Auschen, by a very unexpected margin, really, of 13-6 in the end.
It sort of looks where that 7 ball is. The cue ball would be better placed on the top rail. But it's not easy for Shane to get back to this top rail, unless he goes all the way up and down. That's what he's tried. Oh, and he's done well here. Look at the cue ball. It's going to be fantastic. Now he can just spin it down that one rail, float down towards the 9.
He won't have seen Joshua Filler's match because he was on the practice table for the entirety of it. So far, he's bringing his best here. Van Boening very swiftly into a 2-0 lead. And this is our first proper look at Mateusz Sniegocki in this match. 37 years of age. I had a nice chat with him before the match about his hometown of Poznan, which I've been lucky enough to visit a few times.
Ooh, Mateusz.
Well, that is a horrible, horrible sign. He's been around for some time. He's had some success in the game, but not at too many occasions like this. Playing the world champion in a big quarter-final in front of the cameras. Early indications, not positive.
Shane's made a ball, but it's still being very scrappy on the SVB break. Players are trying to pocket the 1 in the side, and he's not done much of that this week.
Well, we saw him at the Premier League in Milton Keynes at the start of the year, and I think that was where we first saw the unbelievable breaking, which, as I say, he built his World Championship success around, and he clearly put a huge amount of work into it, but the change in rules this week, like he's had to go and relearn it.
Foul shot. Ball in hand.
Okay, so that's what it's all led to, and now Sniegocki has really got to make something out of this. No time at all, he's gone 4-0 down. It's been a bit of a nightmare for him so far. Tough position to be in. But he's getting let off time and time again here.
Yeah, he's definitely throwing the boat out, isn't he? Oh, that's VB. That jump shot before, and then another go at a bank. That wasn't easy, that bank shot.
The 5 pass, or is this going to be a combo?
He's looking at playing it off the 9. He's playing it into the 9, into this corner.
And maybe 9 in the side, yes! Mateusz Sniegocki was 4-0 down in this match. Shane Van Boening has led him back into it. His deficit has now been halved. It's 4-2.
Cue ball's going to scratch.
Foul shot. Bow in hand. Start the clock, please.
Again, it's another match where, even though he's got a good lead, the break is not his friend.
He could float up towards the top rail, play a bank. I think he's looking at leaving it in a similar line to where the cue ball is now. Send the 7 round the table and stop the white in behind the 8 ball. Doesn't want it over the pocket though. This will give Mateusz a chance. It's a good chance, this and all. Mateusz will go close to potting this 7.
Yeah, this potentially the biggest moment of the match so far. And Boening looked like he was going to reassert himself, go 3 clear.
Extension code.
If Shane could have kept the 7 anywhere in the middle of the table, this is a tougher hit. He's got to play it with right hand side because the natural angle's not quite there. He's got to go close to potting this, he really has.
Foul shot.
Oh, how did he manage to find that gap and slip past it? Oh, that was a moment of big opportunity.
Start
You
the
can't
clock,
really
please.
fault him for it, of course. It's hardly a routine shot. 7-4 to the champion of the world. And another scratch.
Foul shot. Bow in hand. Start the clock,
So
please.
his last 6 breaks, he's had 2 scratches and 3 dry breaks. Can you spot something, Carl? Something he should be doing differently?
Difficult to say now we've got rid of the template, because the template gives you a consistent rack. This table all day has been breaking a little bit funny. Can still cut this ball in. Cue ball's going to be flying a little bit though. Oh, he's going to be delighted with the outcome of that.
One thing which was such a feature of his run to the world title back in April, he always seemed to find another gear right at the end of matches. And he needed to, because so many of them were so close. As I said against Ocean, that one wasn't close, but he did just seem to grow in strength and belief as it went on. And he needs to bring that to bear here. Not been vintage Van Boening. This might be just about the shortest rack we've seen so far in this match. Raced away into a 4-0 lead. Restored that gap at 6-2.
Now for the third time in this quarter-final, Van Boening is 4 clear. He leads Mateusz Sniegocki by 9, racks to 5.
Once he gets on the 3 ball, oh, he missed a 2 in the middle earlier on, didn't he, Michael?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Losing to the world champion, you can take. Losing by a comfortable margin, you can make your peace with that as well. But what's very hard to live with is if you've been close enough to be in contention, have a chance in the match, and you've undone yourself several times over. And he has had a few bad misses.
That was a great shot. That was a lot thinner than you believe. It really was. You could see the cue ball. How many times did it go across? 4 times.
That chance passed him by, so Filler guaranteed to be in Las Vegas later in the year.
Lacking pace. May have to play the bank into the left centre pocket. You would think SVB would be on Team USA for the rest of his career.
Rest of all of our careers. I mean, he's not even 40 yet. I mean, he could end up playing in 25 Mosconi Cups in a row. He's only actually been on the winning team 3 times.
Is he still cutting it up the rail? He is. Oh, it's going clean as well. It has gone in clean. Clear as a whistle.
Well, I think he heard what we said about him making those wonderfully acute angles. Sniegocki has put up reasonable resistance in this match since that pretty nightmarish start he has. But it's starting to look as though it may have been broken. Bad miss from the pole in this rack. Van Boening is on the hill now. It's 10-5.
I don't know if he's holding back or if that is his hardest break. They see he's got a little bit of angle. Well, I'll tell you what, he's done well there. What a shot!
Ah, that was a joy to watch. Glorious timing. What a great feeling it is when you hit a shot like that. Oh, well, I was about to say, do you think that was the right call, Carl?
Bow in hand.
It all seems academic now.
Oh, he's going to be fuming with himself. He had a great chance to, fair enough, not clear the table, but really put the pressure on Shane. And 10-8 could have been really interesting. That is literally just the greatest gift you could give anyone. That gives him some nice breathing space as well.
If he does go through, it looks as though he'll be the last man into the semis because Shane Van Boening is set to beat him there by a few minutes. Started off so well, led 4-0. Sniegocki came back at him a bit a few times. He hasn't made a huge number of errors, but you don't need to make too many to end up on the wrong end against an opponent of this quality. Not quite as close as it's been for him in the last couple of rounds. It's still been quite a workout for Shane Van Boening. Job done though, the world champion will be sticking around for the final day in Fulda. He's beaten Mateusz Sniegocki by 11 racks to 7, and he will now face Jose Alberto Delgado, the 28-year-old from the Canary Islands, in the semi-finals of the European Open.